Hello, hello, this is a quick guide to the Warden of Nothing, Grandmaster Nightfall. This Grandmaster Nightfall has all types of champions. So you'll need Barrier, Overload, and Unstoppable. Solar Threat, so make sure you got your Solar Resist mods on your chest piece. Also, it is Arc and Void Surge for the damage bonuses, with Overcharge Rocket Launcher as well. For the loadouts, we're actually bringing triple Celestial Nighthawk Golden Guns, because we want to just melt champions and melt the boss at the end. I think it'll be quite fun. Bring Outbreak for the Barrier, Dead of Kindness for the Unstoppable, and then just the damage heavy weapon. Most of us are bringing the same thing, just because we want to have fun and trying to melt all the champions. And like I said, we'll try and make sure we got triple Celestial for the final boss and see how much damage it does. The final boss is usually pretty weak, so you don't need to run crazy things to kill it most of the time, but more Celestials, the better, I feel. If you don't insta-kill the boss, you've got to be really careful though, because it can get really dangerous when he starts summoning the fire in the room and the heads start spawning in. So it is nice having a setup specifically designed for dealing with that. When we get to the start here, you can go left and skip some of the ads at the start and kind of like run down that pipe there and get to the overload, but we're not going to worry about it. Just kill these ads. Not too many of these guys, and it's a bit safer if you're not confident with the jumps. Now for our overloads, yeah, we've got like dust field grenades and shurikens with the prismatic hunter builds. So I'm bringing a void debuff grenade. They've both got dust field grenades and shurikens as well for overloads. You would have seen our weapons didn't have any overload ability on them. With all three of us having stasis abilities, should be fine. If you're fast enough here, the second train doesn't spawn, so you can see we didn't get a second one. But if you're not fast enough, careful. I don't like that goblin, he can kill you while you're on your sparrow, trust me, I've had it happen. Trains always alternate, so just swing side to side and get off your sparrow. Here in Grandmaster Nightfall they have no health, so they get melted. This is the power of Outbreak though. Outbreak's been melting with the buff that it got. Having multiple people in the fire team with it. As you can see, any yellow bar just kind of dies straight away. Alright, we're going to have an anti-barrier at the back here. As with before. Just kind of spray it with Outbreak. An easy way to get through the trains if you're not confident on the sparrow is just jumping up on top of this beam here and just running down. Super safe. You do get a couple of ads down here that shoot you, but if your sparrow skills and your dodging skills aren't the best, this is the way to do it. And we're going to have an unstopped champ just down here. You can see him flaming already, and then a barrier at the back. So I don't like getting in line of sight of the barrier just yet. We just stay back here and we can kill this guy. We can start chaining our goldies as well. I'm going to goldie barrier down there. The next room is actually one of the more tricky rooms of this Nightfall. I've got a strat for how to deal with the barriers before the room gets kind of overwhelming. So what we want to do first is take out the Hydra. So before going too far forward, if you go past the stairs, that's what spawns the barriers. But if you stay back here, you can actually melt the Hydra first. So that way you're not dealing with that while trying to take care of the barriers. You can kill anything else as well from back here. As soon as you go past the steps, that's when the barriers are going to spawn. And we're going to target the right one first. And now we can peek around the left side. Target the left one. And you can also kill the boss at the back from back there as well. Makes that super safe, but we have enough goldies so we can push up on the left a bit here. Killing enough of the enemies is what's going to start the boss fight. If you're not careful, that Minotaur there can sneak underneath, come all the way up around behind you and punch you in the back. Lost a solo GM that way. As soon as the boss dies, the rest of the ads will despawn in just a couple of seconds. And we can make our way to the next section. We've got 2 unstoppable champions up here. You can run past the rest of the enemies if you want to. If you have an Invis Hunter, for example, once you've killed the unstops, you can just run through. Once you've killed the enemies here, you can bait these champions forward, make them come to you. Be another one further back, you can see it back there. Watch out for the snipers up top. The Scion up here. And the Scion further back down there. Here's where you could just run through if you had Invis. I like coming up on this side here just so I can get these 2 snipers easily. Alright, we have a bunch of champions here. Gonna be like a few barriers, an overload and an unstoppable. Again, like taking out the snipers first because they're the most dangerous. And you can try and bait the overload and unstoppable down to you. I prefer doing that first, usually. Looks like they're fighting each other. So we can take out the barrier champs. That's the overload. The unstop here. Right, with everything dead, it's going to start the mine phase. Now the way we do the mine phase is I kill the ads first before capturing the first zone. It's very important because if you capture the first zone, that's what spawns the next ones. We want to not get in the first zone at all and just kill the ads. So I like to start on the left side and swing around. But yeah, the time will keep ticking down, but that's okay. It means we've got 1 minute. Just come around here, kill the barrier. There'll be an unstop as well further down. Might have gone up middle. This is good because it makes it a lot easier to capture Zone B now. With those guys already dead, we're not under a time pressure. We can now capture the zone. And standing in the zone pauses the time as well, so you can go until this is like 5 seconds to go if you really need to. Now, super safe, you can go as a team and capture one then the other, same deal. The zone timer pauses when you stand in it, so we have a minute to capture this one and then stand into that one and stop it. There is an overload that spawns in middle. We don't need to kill that one. It doesn't count. It just respawns anyway as well. So I just like to avoid it and just run around. As you can see, another champion just appeared. They killed it already, but now we got another one. That's why it's not really worth killing. He's just going to respawn anyway. Now he's going to disappear. They used to despawn by falling over dead, and it'll say champion defeated. They don't do that anymore. That's why some people will tell you, oh, you need to get a shot on it before you kill it. You don't anymore. They actually changed that a while ago. Getting a shot on it doesn't matter. You just can completely ignore it. I like to not even aggro it usually, to be honest. And you don't have to worry about killing it or anything like that. Alright, this is where we kind of want to save our goldies. I could have probably used it there and still got it back in time because we do have champions in the boss room we need to kill. But at this point forward, you want to make sure you're holding your super if you're using golden gun for the boss, or any super at that matter. There is a strat where you want to go down one at a time, because there's a small issue sometimes where bumping into each other could kill you. Looks like Frozen's going to jump while I drop, just to make sure we don't bump into each other, because this elevator has been known to cause physics problems sometimes. Now you can stay up here and kill everything down here, you don't have to go down. It's going to be kind of hard with our overload weapons. We don't have a lot of good weapons to stun the overload champion. I always like starting with the Cabal champions though. Anyway, I find that Colossus to be quite dangerous, and the Unstoppable. Looks like they're hiding from us though. Could play super safe and careful and just wait till we can see them. But I'm just going to drop down behind the cover here. Now the barrier will stay back there. So the main threat are the Unstop and the Overload right now. Like our teams. Taking care of the Overload. Right, with them dead, we're now peeking at the Colossus. And then we can get the last champ. Now, this is where you want to be ready for the boss. Got my weaken nade on it. Look at that, triple goldie, nearly killed it. Very easy, smooth, and platinum rewards your Grandmaster Nightfall. This week's Shadow Price is the reward as well. If you enjoyed the run, don't forget to subscribe and like the video, helps me out. We have GM guides for all the GMs as they come out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more. Special thanks to our channel members City, Burnt Toast, Jitty Finn, Hob, Badger, Jakey, Riops, Verwin, Tolsan, Whiskey and Spec for their continued support.